My eyes from the field, them guys look like they was having fun, you know, playing for each other. They was excited for each other. No fingers pointing, more of a like team bonding. You know what I'm saying? They look like they were more like team oriented to me personally. Just like the fact that whatever happened, anything that went wrong, they countered it. Like when we scored a touchdown, came out, them guys came back out there and still, you know, played. They ain't probably no point fingers at Dak for fumbling the ball or whatever, all that kind of nonsense. They just seem like they just like, hey, bro, next play ball. You know what I'm saying? We had that mentality for sure. We do. But at times, you know, as you just look at the game, it just feel like a lot of guys feel sometimes defeated. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say defeated because we all grown, man. We go out here compete. It just as an overall team, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know how to put it, but if you like...
You know, it's actually very interesting because I feel like this is the first year and it feels like forever. I can't really remember a time where I heard so many players from opposing teams, whether they be current player, active players, retired players, it don't matter. I've heard so many different players and coaches and pundits talk about not only the Cowboys' proficiency on the field this year, but how the team's chemistry is showing even on the outside looking in. You can tell that the team is playing for one another and the team is playing with a certain togetherness that you usually see within championship caliber teams. Now, I asked this question on X earlier, and I said, am I the only Cowboy fan that is actually excited about the playoffs this year, or is everyone trying to be quiet so we don't get mocked? Where's my folks that's confident in these Dallas Cowboys? And I'm going to ask you guys that's watching this video right now the very same question. As I just want to kind of gauge Cowboys Nation and just where you guys' confidence level is in this team. Now, obviously, we talk about all the anomalous stats that the players are putting up. We make counter arguments to the terrible takes that we see these TV pundits have as it pertains to the Dallas Cowboys. But it's been a minute since I just actually had a conversation with you guys and asked you guys, like, how are we feeling about the Cowboys so far this year? Do you genuinely feel like this team has the makings of being different from other teams we've seen in the past? Do you agree with what I said as far as this is the first time in a very long time that I feel like I've seen the Cowboys be complimented not only for the things they're doing on the field, but how the organization is being ran? I mean, we haven't even heard anybody talk about Jerry Jones being a distraction this year, and I think that's something very much so worth mentioning because every single year on the dime, you can go ahead and count it that they're going to have a conversation. There's going to be some type of storyline about how Jerry Jones is being a distraction for the Dallas Cowboys and why he is one of the reasons why the team won't be able to go far. But we haven't heard those type of talks like at all this year. In fact, Jerry Jones has been playing ball rather nicely, and he's been very complimentary of the league all year long, and that's something we usually don't see with Jerry Jones. Usually he has some type of input or unwanted input, I should say, as it pertains to, I don't know, maybe the commissioner's contract status or what the league is deciding to do with different funds and money and different decisions they're making. But we're not seeing that from Jerry this year. In fact, it's literally the opposite. For instance, when asked about the Cowboys not being awarded a Super Bowl bid for 2027 at AT&T Stadium, Jerry said it just hasn't fit for us. I'm proud for the league. Los Angeles is a perfect spot for one. We'll just look to the future. Jerry Jones has been the perfect little soldier this year, and he's kept out of the headlines, as I honestly can't even remember anything outside of the trade deadline when people really want him to make a move. I can't really remember anything that he's done so far this year that's been polarizing. He's putting Jimmy Johnson into the Ring of Honor around Christmas time, so he's making amends for past wrongs. And most importantly, he hasn't been considered a distraction for the Cowboys all year long. You don't hear anyone talking about how Jerry is getting in the way of the coaching staff and dictating who plays and what happens on the field and that type of thing. It seems like Big Mike has full control over what he's doing with his offense and team. He's allowing Dan Quinn and Al Harris and the other defensive coaches to really do their jobs with the defense. And the players all seem to be playing with each other to the point to where even opposing players are noticing it. And I think it's a really big deal what we heard Slay say as far as even when Dak fumbled the ball and they were able to run that back down for a touchdown, it was almost like nothing even happened on the Cowboys sideline and they were just like, all right, next play. That's exactly what type of mentality you have to be a championship caliber team. And I was really just making this video again to kind of check the temperature on you guys, and I just want to kind of have a dialogue, a discussion with the audience as far as how are you feeling about this year's Dallas Cowboys. Do you feel like this team really has the makings of being something special? Because I'm gonna be honest, any other time we've heard about Super Bowl teams and we heard about the chemistry and the dynamics of what's going on with that team, it seems like not only is everything going right on the field, but everything is going right in the locker room as well, and everyone's hitting that stride and on the same exact page, and everyone's working for a common goal. And I honestly feel like that's what we're seeing with the Dallas Cowboys. And I don't know if I left this part of the clip in there, but Darius Slay even said it seems like the Cowboys offensive players are trying to put a little extra into what they're doing because they want their guy to win the MVP. If you don't think that the Cowboys want to seize everything possible, then just look to their motto or their mantra this year in Carpe Omnia, seize everything. They not only want to win the Super Bowl, they not only want to get everybody in the Pro Bowl, they not only want to make sure all their players get paid and people get to stay, because that's what happens when you win. When you win a Super Bowl, big changes don't have to happen. We don't have to see players like Zeke and long-term stables in the Cowboys locker room get moved around and stuff. So these players are playing for each other because they understand that, yo, this is probably the only year that we're going to have this exact group of guys together. And I feel like everywhere on the field, we have the right type of guys as far as their mentality goes. At this point, I genuinely believe the only thing that can stop the Dallas Cowboys is the Dallas Cowboys with self-inflicted penalties or untimely penalties or whatever it may be. I honestly think only the Cowboys making mistakes with some type of turnovers or penalties is going to get this team's way. And my confidence level, if I had to put on a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably say I'm sitting around like 8 right now. Don't let us finish the rest of this season without losing. I'm gonna be at a 10, and I'm 100% gonna put myself out there to get ridiculed, because I'm gonna be the first person saying we going to the Super Bowl. But I'm just kidding, man. I'll see you guys a little bit later tonight after the Buffalo Bills game. Hopefully, we get to reconvene all with smiles on our faces. Just wanted to kind of drop something for you to kind of take up the time in between time, because we got some scrub games playing today. But either way, appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Y'all always end these videos. How about them Cowboys? And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Hey! I'm still them boys.
Oh yeah, and to help continue to push the channel's content forward, be sure to check out the newly launched channel memberships for exclusive access to some community features in the Dak Attack Show community. Appreciate all you guys' support. See you on the next one.